some homemade mayonnaise. There's a great book by Michael Ruhlman called Ratio that talks about the ratio of ingredients and how they work together, and he has a great discussion on homemade mayonnaise in Ratio. I really recommend you get this book, not only for the mayonnaise, but for a great number of wonderful tips. So this is Michael Ruhlman's homemade mayonnaise, and we're going to give it a shot. Now, don't feel defeated if this doesn't work the first time. This is not easy stuff, and we may be successful and we may not. We'll see. First thing you want, get a good sized bowl. It doesn't matter how much you're making. You want a good sized bowl. You don't want it too small of a bowl because you're not going to be able to really hold the bowl. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the bowl here, and you're going to be kind of using both hands. So you're going to wrap a towel around the bottom of the bowl, and that's going to keep it from sliding. So just make sure you've got some under the bowl, and it'll keep it from sliding just like that. So the ratio for mayonnaise is 20-to-1 oil to liquid. So we've got about 7-8 ounces of vegetable oil, and the liquid is going to be a teaspoon of water and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to squeeze some lemon, and I don't usually measure ingredients, but with mayonnaise it's pretty tricky, and you want to get your ratio right. Now what we're going to go for is an emulsion, so you want to make sure your ratio is right. So we're going to squeeze out 2 teaspoons of this. Put that over here and pour in just a little bit of water. That's not very much liquid. Now we're going to add one more ingredient. We're going to add an egg yolk. So we need to separate this egg, which is very easily done. Just crack the egg, let the white flow out, and just kind of toss it back and forth from shell to shell, getting all that white out that you can, because we just want the yolk for our mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is what really gives it, the yolk is what gives mayonnaise its color. You know, more yolk, you have a yellower, richer looking mayonnaise. So we're not going to use our white, so we'll just dump that there. And there's our yolk. And now we're just going to add a little bit of salt, and then we're going to start slowly adding the oil. Okay, so here's our base. We're going to whisk this just a bit. Okay, this is the tricky part. You have to add the oil very, very slowly. So we're going to start with just a couple of drops. And what we want is we want an emulsion to begin. It's the reaction between the acid in the lemon juice and the oil, and it's got to be done very slowly. So we're just going to put a couple more drops and see if we can't get something looking like an emulsion. An emulsion is just a little bit of thickening. So just kind of keep your body here steady in your bowl. And now when you start to get a little bit of emulsion, we're going to start just a tiny, tiny stream of oil. And you can just whisk the whole time. Don't get in a hurry. We're just going to add this whole thing of oil. The worst thing you can do is add it too fast. So I think we're starting to get something thickening here. This is going to take just a little while, but we can't get in a hurry. I'm not sure how we're doing. It looks like it's thickening. We don't want to break it. If we can pour it, it's broken, and it's not mayonnaise. So we want it to be a little thicker than something we can pour. We want it to cling to our whisk a little bit. And again, this is not easy, so don't give up if the first time it doesn't work. And it may not work this time. There is a way to fix a broken mayonnaise. You just add a little bit more water, just a few drops at a time, and try to bring it back. It's hard, but you can do it sometimes. Some people actually just prefer to start all over. But you can fix a broken sauce, and Michael Ruhlman tells you how to do that better than I can. I think we're getting some thickening. I think we're starting to see something that looks a little like mayo. Can you see that? Can you see it? See, it's starting to look that consistency that we want. I think we may make it. We're not there yet. So as you can see, patience is the key here. Look, I think we have some thickening. I'm optimistic. You just got to add this oil so slowly so that it has time to react just right. Do you see the thickening of the mayonnaise? And it's just basic ingredients: lemon juice, water, salt, egg yolk, and oil. That's all there is to it. And let me tell you, the end result is going to surprise you how much better this is than anything you can buy. There's good mayonnaise that you can buy in a jar, but nothing compares to this. And just like flavored butter or anything else, there are endless variations of mayonnaise. You can flavor it any way you want, and it really is a surprise to your guests when they get homemade mayonnaise, especially a flavored homemade mayonnaise. Look, I think we're going to do it. Okay, there we are, and you can see it kind of clings to our whisk. See that consistency? Looks like mayonnaise. So I think we've actually pulled it off this time. All right, there you are. Beautiful homemade mayonnaise. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, that's delicious. That's delicious. It may need just a little. You can always add a little bit of salt. We're home free now, I think, on the emulsion. We got the chemical reaction we wanted. So we're going to put a little more salt in. And there you go. Homemade mayonnaise, a la Michael Ruhlman.